Next we have a bout in the 155-pound division, amateur rules. Welcoming first in the blue corner, fighting out of MMA, FFT, Guido Possidente. And welcoming his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of 1G MMA. Welcoming to the cage, Rivera O'Callaghan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cage door is set to close on this lightweight amateur contest. Guido Possidente, representing MMA FFT, fighting out of the blue corner in the black Nike compression shorts. And he's taking on River O'Callaghan, representing IGMMA in the blue and black trimmed RDX. Our referee, Mr. Rich Mitchell, starts us off. And you were saying, Nick, that weigh-ins yesterday, that O'Callaghan was wearing it pretty badly.
I mean, I wouldn't say he looked sucked up, but I would say that, and I'm not familiar with how he looks after weight cuts. I just happen to be going off of the photos that I was looking at, and he was one of the people that it looked like, okay, you know, either this is how he looks when he cuts a ton of weight, or he cut a ton of weight this time. So for me, I always use that as in, okay, what kind of gas tank are they going to have come today? Did they hydrate right? How are they feeling? And dehydration plays a big part on how strong your chin is.
Well, he seemed happy to start the fight at a fairly quick pace, but has lost position now and managed to get it back.
You know, it's one of those things as well, is it's drive, drive, drive. So it's tenacity. Once I'm in on something, if I keep going in that same direction, I'll be able to get to that dominant position I'm searching for.
Oh, tried to slip into the half guard, but transitioning for the arm bar there.
I mean, his arm's twisted, but it's not in the position to where his elbow would be in a bad place, it doesn't look like. Yep.
No, nice. Rolled through and into side control.
Now, the only thing is he needs to actually get to side control.
Yeah.
As you can hear from his corner screaming side, 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 side.
Takes it back now, but has given up. He gave up that leg, meaning, oh, is he gonna reap and change it? Good strength from O'Callaghan there, but Guido Possidente is making him work.
Now, Possidente, one of the things as well is we saw that he was competent on bottom, at least being able to throw up. He baited him into the triangle choke. Now we have the opportunity to see in this short first round how he works from top position.
Good head position in there. And as you pointed out in the last fight, the fighter kept both hands posted on the side. He's doing his best to make sure he doesn't get caught there.
Yeah, whenever you're in top position, you want to make sure that you square up your hands to where they're on the shoulders so you can control kind of what the bottom man's going to do, and you have a better opportunity to realize when he's going to try to take your arm home with you. So,
trying very hard to step out of this sort of open half guard.
It's a half crab, and he's using it to control the posture, which is smart, and he can't take any damage because he's got both underhooks and controlling kind of where he's at.
And had managed to work himself where he'd had one butterfly in place at the end of the round. Well, he might have looked drawn out yesterday, but his cardio seems on point now. He seems focused and ready, and that was a competitive first round.
And that's just it. And this is why I said it's always interesting that when I'm looking at the pictures from the weigh-ins, see how these guys are going. Some people, you do get that, adrenaline dump that happens. But Rivers, he went through some struggles. He was in a few bad positions, but like we see here at this armbar, he stayed calm. He realized where he was. He kept moving. It's in slow-mo right now, so
yes.
that's why he actually is moving in real life. But Possidente, once he got a hold of that leg, he wanted the takedown, and he was driving for it. So it was a good back and forth.
Sorry, we're having a moment here at the booth. Always a moment when the one arrives. Right, here we go. Rich Mitchell starts us off again. Touch of gloves and straight in on the takedown, but a nice sprawl there from Possidente. And
well, now it'll be one of those things where we're fighting against the cage, and now Possidente, you can tell he's trying to get this to the ground. He shoots in for that single leg. He's trying to figure out ways to get his hips down to be able to actually get into the shot, and Rivers at least being smart up until that point.
Yeah, tried to throw, but got reversed. But again, he's going to make Possidente work to even just get a good position here.
Yeah, but see, what Possidente has to do is, if he's going to get stuck in this guard, he has to look to be able to posture up and actually rain down some punches. Okay, in the first round, we saw River was able to get both double unders and kind of hold him in place. Possidente actually has him in a decent position right now to where if he postures up, he's going to be able to land some sort of damage and be effective. Rivers looking for different things, trying to figure out sweep.
Yeah, the positioning against the cage making it hard for River.
With your head literally cocked back up against that cage, it doesn't give you a lot of options to move. So Possidente at least has him in a good position, but Rivers pulling his head down, keeping him at a point where he's not going to actually take too much damage.
And again, trying to get that butterfly in, maybe to push off.
I mean, as it is now, he's trying to slip that leg through to try and get the triangle.
Possidente wise to it at the moment. Postures up.
Yeah, but Rivers still got the wrist control back there, which is controlling that arm. So Possidenti's got to work to get that free. Now Rivers jumping the Kimura.
Looking for the Kimura, yeah.
Now, a little known fact, you can grab your own shorts, but not your opponent's. So anytime everybody grabs a Kimura on me, I grab my own shorts and I hold on for dear life. I'm not cheating. What they say is you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but that is not actually cheating. If I were to grab my opponent's shorts, yes, but I can grab my own. So I will lock my fingers up under the side of my shorts and I'll hold on for dear life. Because most of the time you can't rip my shorts grabbing that Kimura.
Is Possidente in any real danger here, or is this just struggling for position now?
This is struggling for position. One of the biggest things is exactly what was there. He baited him into the opportunity to try and get this triangle. But Possidente is smart. He's trying to keep that leg nice and heavy. He's got to figure out a way to slip his head out.
Yeah.
He's got 10 seconds. I would say just stay nice and calm and don't posture up like he just did, because that puts you in a bad position.
Had a little bit of everything.
I mean, it was interesting. One of the things that kind of threw me off was River, it came out like on fire going for that takedown. And then as you can see for here, he's going to try this throw that doesn't work.
Just stepped behind it and allowed River to throw himself.
And then what ended up happening is then for the rest of this round, River was fighting off his back to try to find something to do. Now he baited him in right there with that triangle, but with about 15 seconds left and his head pushed up against the cage, there was no way for him to actually bring that leg down, lock in that triangle, and be similar to what we saw in the last fight, that easy finish. In the last fight, we saw it happen in the center of the cage, so he had complete control. When you do that up against the cage, you don't have as much control to be able to pull that head down, get your hips out.
Well, all to play for, and are we going to see it hit the ground again, or do you think they're going to try and keep it standing for a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, River came out last time, shot in instantly, so.
And almost fainted the takedown there. Dropped his head. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely trying for the takedown. Has he walked himself into a mounted? Not mounted, though. No.
So again, we're going to look to
sick.
see what kind of guard game Rivers going to be able to pull, and whether or not Possidente keeps him actually out into the center of the cage or pulls him back like he's been doing and putting him up against the cage.
Again, O'Callaghan, the one butterfly on the hip. Possidente trying to work past. And again, gotta watch. Now both feet on, no. Thought he had both feet on the hips there. I thought he had an opportunity to push away, but.
No, and that's just it, is it almost seems like he's happy to just be there, not take any damage and kind of hold him down. And I don't know if it's wait for the break or try and set up that triangle again, because Possidente, he's allowing his right arm to get trapped. And whenever Rivers got wrist control in that hand, he's able to control it to possibly pull down and grab that triangle.
Still working on top as Possidente passes over, tries to pass over to the half guard, jumps over. Good work from O'Callaghan to keep the half guard, quarter
River,
guard.
he went like this. He was smart. He put his hands out to block, kept the hips perfect, and then swept his hips underneath to get back to full guard.
Again, the pressure coming from the man in the blue corner, Guido Possidente, but you just can't help but think that O'Callaghan is just looking for that one opportunity to throw up a sudden submission. Time is not his friend now.
No, and the problem is Possidente is putting himself not in bad positions. Like, he's not doing anything that would put himself in danger. Whereas, you know, River almost has to bait it in. He's got to set it up. So you start to do, I mean, we call it chain wrestling. You go from one takedown to the next takedown to the next takedown. They do the same thing in jiu-jitsu. It's chain jiu-jitsu. It's from one submission to the next submission to the next submission. And that's what he's kind of got to start to put together, is he's got to work that sort of, you know, chain submission run if he's going to pull anything out. I mean, we got a short time as it is now.
Yeah, got to be under a minute left. I mean, it's not that he's not working off his back. It's just it seems like he thinks he's got more time than he does.
Yeah, and that's one of the bad things about these 3-minute rounds is you don't have a lot of time. Everybody goes, oh, it's 3 minutes. It's really quick.
Especially if you're grappling and looking for a lovely 3-round little contest there. Went a little bit everywhere. Glad I wasn't watching it as a judge.
I mean, if you're going to look at top position and you're going to look at control, you're going to be over in the blue corner. Aggression, when it was on its feet, which throughout this entire fight was about 16 seconds or so, you're going to go over to the red corner. So it's kind of hit and miss.
Red corner certainly tried to work well off his back, but was controlled by Possidente. Up to our judges now. Before they make the decision, we'll give a quick shout out to one of our favorite sponsors, Riva Pizzas. Real Italian wood-fired pizza for all of your events.
Don't forget the guys over at Frontline MMA.
Whip Street Motors, Scrap Metal and Vehicle Recyclers.
And Fisk Fire Group.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we have your winner by unanimous decision. When the scorecards were 30-27, we have your winner in the blue corner, Guido Possidente!